What's going on, everyone? It's Average THC Guy, and today we're going to be breaking down my High-loween party last year. Happy Halloween to you and yours. God, I love this time of year. The leaves are falling, it's getting colder out, kids are in costumes, adults are getting drunk and high, getting costumes, and everybody is just having a good time. So, I saw no better opportunity during the spooky season to tell this actually pretty funny story. So, it starts on Halloween morning. This was when I was taking online classes at the University of Louisville, so I was still living at home. I am still living at home, but I was living at home then too. And I, God, I keep fogging up these glasses. I'm gonna just take them off. I'm Tommy Chong, just so you guys know. Uh, Marshall and I are being Cheech and Chong for Halloween, but I'm not gonna bother with the glasses because they keep fucking fogging up. So anyway, I get out of bed and I go to Subway to have lunch, breakfast, whatever you want to call it. And I was listening to the new Sire Squawks video, and then I get a text from Marshall. Well, actually, he texted me before I left. No, he didn't actually. He texted me after. And he said to pick him up because I was going to have a Halloween party that night. And he wanted to come over early to help me set up. Then we had made an agreement the night before that I would go and get some that I would go and get some bud for everybody. But I had spent that morning trying to convince my dad to give me some money so I could buy bud for everyone because I wanted to share and I wanted to be a good host. And so after doing several failed attempts, like trying to get it out of my inheritance, trying to get away from me, cat. Um, we got our little black cat here, but he keeps fucking clawing me. Um, so we So I was doing that, and eventually Dad gave me a check to go cash at the bank so that I could then use that money to go buy pot. And then I had my lunch. This all happened before then. And then I went to go pick up Marshall. Marshall was at the coffee shop at the university. He's going to the university I go to now, but he's not currently attending, but he will. Um, and so I go to pick him up. And then we decide to drive to Jeffersonville, which is about a 45-minute drive from my house or from where I'm from, because we wanted to meet his plug to get about a half ounce. So we get on our way, and this was the first time I'd ever listened to I Like Smoking Pot a Lot, and he played that on the way there, and he was, for some reason, playing like risque Christmas songs, even though it was Halloween. But anyway, so once we're in the middle of absolute bumfuck nowhere, he I spilled some gas or something, and now it's fucking stinking up the garage. But anyway, I I we met him at this empty church, and I thought it was really poignant actually that we were going to an empty church on Halloween. It was next to a graveyard actually. And so it took him like forever to actually pull up. And then when we get there, he's got this big bag of bud and he scales out a half ounce for us. And then he pulls out this fat wad of cash. And I was just in awe of this. Like, this man was the actual plug. Now, this was Wilson. This was the first time I'd ever bought from him. You've seen him in my other stories, Scariest Drug Deal. I'll probably end up making more stories with him because he was my plug for quite a long time, and he actually started selling again after he got out of jail. And yeah, so we get the bud. It smells fantastic. And then we decided that while we were in Mount Sterling, that we would uh we would cop for Marshall's costume from his house. And he, when we got there, we saw that his dad was there in the middle of the day. So we just fucking skedaddle out of there. But the problem was he has a long ass driveway, and I am terrible at backing up. So I almost ran into a fence that's in the neighbor's yard as I was backing up, and I actually went into their yard once I cleared the fence. So I did not do well on this day. I think I was already high at this point. I think he had brought like a cart or something. And um so then we drive back to the house where we get the bong out and we indulge, and it was some pretty good bud as I remember. And then we just sort of went inside, watched TV, and killed time before uh, Halloween night. So Halloween night came, and we started out by me, Marshall, and my brother. Uh, what should we call him? Marcus. I don't know if I've given him a name in previous videos, but we're gonna call him Marcus. So yeah, we just started. I was like, I had several different costume ideas, and I didn't. I was actually gonna be Towley for the party, but I didn't want to be actually stoned while I was dressed as Towley, handing out candy to kids. So I decided to be Sherlock Holmes because I had a quick Sherlock Holmes costume, and Marcus decided to be a pirate, and Marshall didn't dress up at all that night. So then I'm supposed to drive Marshall back to his dorm to get something, and I'm driving through these streets, and it's just pandemonium. Like, there are kids running around everywhere. And I and then I bring him to his dorm and I come back, and that's when the people start showing up. Now, granted, it was cold as fuck this night. It was absolutely freezing. So when people started getting here and we were hanging out outside just smoking, I was everyone was freezing their ass off. And I don't know what the fuck that noise is. And then so we were all just smoking, having a good time. Marshall eventually got brought there by his girlfriend because that's who he was going to see at his dorm, and she was dressed as Freddy Krueger. She had a pretty good costume on, and so and so girls are coming over, guys are coming over, and once we're all actually outside, it's the party's a fucking vibe. And once my dad goes to bed, we all go inside and huddle around the living room, and I decide to put a movie on or something. And I decide to someone suggests we put on the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie that was on Peacock. And so I decided to do that. And Marshall had complained because we had already seen it a couple nights earlier in the theater. But I didn't mind that. And then we moved on to what I had planned, the pumpkin carving contest. Now I had gotten 2 pumpkins the day before and some stuff to carve with, and I decided that we would have 2 teams, each carve a pumpkin, and I would decide which one was the best since I was the host, and I had paid for all their weed. And I did that, and but then for some reason, Carl and Marshall decided what would be more fun would be to go steal a pumpkin off the neighbor's porch. And so they literally stole masks from my Halloween decorations, and they went and just jacked a pumpkin, and then they brought it back. And then, for some reason, I don't know, they decided to go get another one, and they brought that one back. And those two just sat in our garage until like April when they started rotting out, and then we just kind of all chilled for the night. Uh, Marshall ended up staying over, and yeah, the party was just a vibe. We got into some fuck shit, but also I wasn't involved, so no harm, no foul. Anyway, I hope you all have a happy Halloween. I hope you're all partying and getting fucked up, unlike me, because I still got 26 days left. and leave like, comment your story times, your Halloween story times, of course. Share this video, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.